Good evening, YouTube Brigade. I was just doing a video response to questions by Spencer Shields concerning his D&D group. All I can do is offer insights on what I would do if I was in the position of being the game master as Spencer is. So I'd have to start off with, if your group splits into non-combat and combat, I would do it like each was in their own bubble. The ones in combat would have more actions done because they're moving during combat sequences, so they would get more done in the same amount of time period that the other group is moving around not engaging in combat. That will then lead towards pushing or pulling the non-participating participants into the combat, because simply they won't be able to move as far as they think they will, because the other team or the players in combat is getting combat. Then as it reaches the starting over as a normal turn of movement and so forth, the other guys would then be able to move over. Oh, let's go over here and look at the pillar and see what's on that while they're over here fighting for their lives. So much like if you were to think about it, something that happens in front of you, the time is different for the people involved in it than it is for you. Much like when you're involved in an incident, time changes for you, and in real life it either speeds up or slows down. So you can use that as a way of putting into the thing that yeah, they can want to do their stuff and they will get a chance to, but by the time the combat's over, they may have only moved 15 feet towards the pillar that was 20 feet away, and the combat's already resolved. Whether for well or for woe for their companions, that's up for the combat to decide, and for let the dice decide for you. When things work out, the team would then see everything as a contest of the team as a whole is more competitive against anything they run up against, because 7 people or 5 people can working together is better than 3 and then 2 sitting back looking at something else. But that's also the penalty of surprise. So you see that it works out that if they knowingly stand back and wait to go do something like open another door, which would be known to happen in combat with other groups that I've run through, that another person wanted to go and open a door, and then amazingly other people were coming through the door to attack them from that side. So the thing to do that is to, like I said, slow it down for the people not involved in combat, speed up the stuff for the people in combat, because they will be on combat rounds and the people not in combat move at normal rate. If they choose to move into combat or announce they're going into combat, well then their bubble overlaps into that bubble. So it then makes everything more easier for you. The next thing is you kind of beat yourself up that they didn't seem to be into it. It just happens. The best thing to look at every gaming session that you ever have is that each one is unique and of its own and of that time and will never exist again. So as you move forward in your game mastering, your dungeon mastering, and working out this with other people, you will find out that each is a unique work. Just that's going to do this for that amount of time at that incidence and can never be recreated again, because the stars are right, everyone's had a good day, everything's just flowing right, people were having fun, everyone was jiving, and that's okay. But the thing is to keep trying moving forward and always run a game. If you keep running your games, everything will smooth out. Your presentation, your movement, your thoughts will be able to streamline, and you'll be able to do it more often. So one way is to pick up some RPG time behind the screen, or any game that you like at any convention. Volunteer to run your favorite system. People will play. Okay. Now the other one was that you felt that you failed them. As your only social contract, as far as I'm concerned, for the gamers, is that you will show up, you will attempt to run a good game, and you will be prepared. Those are the three things that you got to do. You cannot control anything in the game for them. It could have been, too much coffee in the afternoon. They were finally wearing down. They had a long day of work. And it could also be they didn't want to risk their characters. They're developing something, and they may have actually gotten into their character and have decided that they don't want to risk it getting hurt. And that's okay too. It's just a matter of always have a blank character sheet with the character sheet, because they can always roll up another character and be ready to go after this one's toast. They jumped into the flames of Valhalla screaming, whatever, into the Dragon Maw. See, next week's session, which is hopefully going to be nice. Well, yeah, it will, because it's a unique session. It will be different because the time will be different. We had daylight saving time hit, so you even look at that, the time's changed by an hour. So what you might want to look at, like I said, is see if it's that they're trying to develop characters and they don't want to risk them. Maybe they felt as their character they would step back. I don't know. Talk to them, see how they think things are going. With adventures, always ask them what they would like to accomplish, their character, so that you can always work towards the long-term goal of X, and that way you can build adventures, and then that the person is wanting to build, like I had one that was a cleric that was wanting to set up a herbalist shop, and when he got too old to adventure, he was going to sit with his two associates and run a herbalist shop. And so that was one there. Another one wanted to marry into a rich family, so that he would, when he retired from adventuring, he would have the country estate and would be able to be a country gentleman of Waterdeep, traveling around doing trading missions. Another one just wanted to slowly contemplate the theories of nature at Unicorn Run. So the big thing is to move forward, play as a game master as much as you can to build up your craft. Don't worry about if you're including them, as long as you're giving them the option. They can't say no, because it's the free will thing. If you're going to railroad them, you run into railroading, but at the same time, you don't have to make not going along with the combat easier than going along with the combat. So I think that's about all I can think of for these questions. And no, the first session, never try and beat it, because there's no way you can, unless it's been a really good session, and you won't know it's a really good session until it's over. So it refers back to every session is unique. So you're going to have down sessions, you're going to have good sessions and you're going to have mediocre sessions. So the thing is to just go and play and have fun, and the fun will be happening and the excitement will happen because they'll get challenged and they'll rise to that challenge and they will make you proud as a game master. So hopefully I've helped you there, Spencer, and then that way any other things you want, just let me know and I'll talk to you guys later.